Hi everybody, Carlos here. Thank you so much for taking the time to look into our product walkthrough Q2 2024. At Shelf, we're working on the intersection between physical objects and human coordination. Everything that we do is intended to help you manage assets, whether they are physical or digital. For now, we're focusing a lot more on the physical aspects and giving you the infrastructure that you need to solve very practical problems around where are my assets, who are they assigned to, when was the last time we've seen these assets, are we using these assets effectively as a team, and are we maintaining our assets correctly. Right now, we're going to break our product down into separate chapters or areas, and we're going to show you feature by feature, area by area, how Shelf can enhance and improve your asset management operations. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. One common problem organizations face is not having a full overview of all their assets. This can lead to inefficiencies and difficulties in locating specific items when needed. Shelf addresses this issue with a robust asset index. Let's explore how you can easily manage, map, and locate your assets using Shelf. Here, you see a complete list of all assets within your organization. Each asset is clearly categorized and tagged for easy identification. To find a specific asset, you can use the search bar or apply various filters. Let's say you're looking for a camera. You would simply type camera on the search bar and instantly all related assets appear. Our search feature is vector-based, which means it can access most of the metadata attached to an asset, even if the data isn't shown in the index. Alternatively, you can filter by category. For example, selecting camera from the category filter will show all assets within that category. Tags provide another layer of filtering. If you need a mirrorless camera, just search and click on the corresponding tag and the list narrows down accordingly. Shelf also allows you to filter assets by their location or custodian. This is specifically useful for tracking down where an asset is currently located or who is responsible for it. Let's filter assets by Studio A and see all items located there. You can also see the custodian responsible for each asset, ensuring accountability and easier management. Furthermore, Shelf provides real-time status updates. You can see which assets are available, in custody, or checked out, helping you make informed decisions when managing shared equipment that is used by different people. With these powerful filtering options, Shelf gives you a comprehensive and customizable overview of all your assets, ensuring you can locate and manage them efficiently. To further tailor Shelf to your organization's needs, you can easily configure categories, tags, and location. Let's take a look at how to do this. First, navigate to the category section. Here you can add new categories or edit existing ones to better organize your assets. For instance, you can create a new category for drones. Similarly, in the tags section, you can add tags that reflect the unique attributes of your assets. This might include creating a tag for 4K resolution or portable. Managing locations is just as straightforward. In the location section, you can add new locations where your assets are stored, such as main office or warehouse B. Let's check out an existing location like audio booth to see all the assets that are placed there. Once added, these categories, tags, and locations can be applied to your asset, making them easier to find and manage within the system. Now, we'll walk you through the process of creating an asset and reviewing the asset page in Shelf. Let's begin by navigating to the Assets area of the application. On the Assets page, you can see a list of all assets in your organization. To add a new asset, click on the Add Asset button. This opens the Create Asset page where you can input all the necessary details about the new asset. Start by entering the asset's name. For this example, we'll create an asset called MacBook Pro 14-inch from 2023. Next, upload the main image of the asset, which may be useful for easy identification. Provide a description to give more clear context about the asset. This can be detailed information or special notes. Choose a category for the asset from the drop-down menu. Categories can help organize assets into logical groups. We'll go for the computer category. Add relevant tags to further classify the assets. Tags can be combined for more specific searches and relations. Let's look for Mac, editing, and rendering. Specify the location where the asset is stored. This helps in tracking the physical placement of assets. We'll go for the post-production suite location. Enter the value of the asset to keep track of the total worth of your inventory. We acquired this MacBook for a clean $2,000. In addition to the default fields, you can configure custom fields specific to your organization's needs. In this case, we already have configured an option for brand and a date field for purchase date. Now, let's go back and change the category from computer to camera. If we look at the custom fields again, you can see that a serial number field has appeared. When configuring custom fields, we allow you to link them to one or multiple categories. These powerful features allows you to have more control on your workflow and how you want to store data. Now we'll change the category back to computer, and it looks like we have filled all the details. Now let's click Save to create this new asset. Now let's review the asset page to see all the information we just entered. Here on the Overview tab, you can see all the basic information, including the asset name, category, tags, location, value, description, and any configured custom fields. The QR code generated for the asset is also displayed, allowing for quick access and management. You can download or print the QR code, making it easy to produce your own asset tags or stickers. Just below the QR code, you'll find the map element. Since we've just created this asset, there are no GPS coordinates loaded yet. The GPS information will populate automatically the first time the QR code is scanned. For now, we'll manually update the GPS coordinates using the Actions dropdown. While we're at it, let's check out this MacBook to one of our team members by using the Actions dropdown once again. I'll show you how to add and manage team members later. We've assigned this asset to David, our current intern, changing its status from available to in custody. The asset page now displays the custodian's name and the date since the asset has been in their custody. Let's take a quick look at how our action is represented in the Activity tab. Our action, including date and time, has been successfully saved in your asset's activity log for future reference if needed. We can even add more context by writing a little message ourselves. And that's it for now. With these features, Shelf ensures that all your asset information is well organized and easily accessible. Now, I would like to show you how Shelf's QR code scanning feature works, a powerful tool that transforms how you interact with your assets. With Shelf, you have the option to tag your assets with QR codes, making it incredibly easy to manage their metadata and perform actions on the go. Let's dive into the process and explore the benefits. Imagine you have an asset, perhaps this laptop I'm using right now, and you want to view the metadata attached to it. Or maybe you want to update its location or perform a checkout. Simply open the Shelf app on any device that has a camera and open the QR scanner. Now, scan the QR code attached to the laptop. The beauty of this system is that it instantly recognizes the asset and redirects you to its dedicated page. After scanning, you instantly get asked if you want to perform an action. Let's go ahead and check out the laptop for one of our team members. We'll assign it to myself as I'm currently in custody of the laptop. So, as you can see, after scanning the QR tag, we ended up on the asset page of the tagged asset. Here, you can view all the relevant metadata associated with the laptop. Additionally, you have a range of actions at your fingertips. We already covered checking out the laptop. Now, let's say the laptop is being moved to a different office. You can easily update its location by choosing the update location via the actions dropdown. Hopefully, this gives you a good idea on how you can use Shelf in your own situation. But what if you acquired a new asset that hasn't been registered in your Shelf database yet? That's where Unclaimed codes come into play. Shelf allows you to scan and register new assets effortlessly. Let's say we have a brand new camera that needs to be added to our inventory. Simply tag the QR sticker and scan the Unclaimed code attached to the camera. Shelf will recognize that this code doesn't match any existing asset and prompts you to register it as a new entry. After tagging and scanning the Unclaimed code, you'll get presented with this screen. We have the option to link this Unclaimed tag to an existing asset, which will replace the current code with this one. However, in our case, we want to register a brand new asset to our inventory. Let's proceed with claiming the code and linking it to a new asset. We'll have to make sure we can claim the code for the workspace we want. The workspace you're currently on will be selected by default, so let's continue. Provide the necessary details such as the name, description, and any relevant tags or categories. Once you've entered the information, click Save and voila! Your new camera is now part of your Shelf asset database. Let's take a look at how Shelf helps you avoid conflicts with shared assets and provides a comprehensive overview of all your asset bookings. First, let's explore the bookings area, which helps you prevent double bookings of assets and inefficiencies within your organization. Here, you can see a list of all upcoming, ongoing, and completed bookings within your organization. A booking can have the following states: draft, reserved, ongoing, overdue, completed, archived, or cancelled. Let's take a look at a specific booking. This one is for ShelfCon 2024, which is a live stream event, and currently has a reserved status. In this view, we can already see some important details like status, booking period, custodian, and the user that created the booking. Let's dive in deeper so we can view more details and perform certain actions if needed. On this page, you can see all the assets associated with this booking and their current status. The status of these assets is directly linked to the booking status. Currently, the status is reserved, indicating that the included assets have not been checked out yet. Now, let's assume the team member for whom this booking was made has just picked up all the equipment. As an equipment manager, we should perform a checkout action to register in the system that the equipment has been picked up and the booking is ongoing. And there we go. The team member, who is now a custodian, can enjoy the equipment and is expected to return the equipment at the specified end date and time of the booking. At this point, if no issues arise, the equipment manager will perform the check-in action to complete the process and change the status of the booking into completed. Creating a new booking with Shelf is a seamless and straightforward process. Let's walk through the steps together. First, in the bookings area, start by clicking on New Booking. A modal will pop up asking you for the basic information like name, booking period, and the custodian. Next, we'll be asked which assets we want to include in the booking. We'll get presented with a selection of assets that are available during this specified booking period. By filtering on all assets, we can make assets appear that have already been booked, currently have an in-custody status, or have been marked as unavailable for bookings. Let's go back and select a few assets that we want to add to this specific booking. In case you have trouble finding assets, you can always use the filters located above. Now, we'll click Confirm, and this will send us to the newly created booking page. Here, we can review our booking and make any necessary changes as our booking is still in a draft state. Keep in mind that making changes to the booking period could result in assets that are currently added being unavailable for the new booking period. If this is the case, warning labels will appear informing you, and the reserve action might be disabled until you resolve any conflicts. Let's continue by performing the reserve action. This will change the status of the booking into reserved and will lock the booking period and custodian fields from any changes. And that's it. Both the custodian and the administrators of the workspace will receive an email notification with all booking details. At this point, you can go ahead and add the booking to your calendar of choice by downloading the calendar file via the button below. This way, you can keep track of bookings outside of the application. Something else you might want to do is generate a PDF overview of the booking. The PDF could be printed and used for collecting and preparing all the assets that were booked when the start date and time is coming up. Lastly, let's look at the calendar feature, which gives you a comprehensive overview of all bookings in your workspace. The calendar area provides a visual representation of all your bookings. This ensures an overview and helps you better prepare and manage your inventory. Booking entries are color-based based on their status. This way you can clearly see which assets are currently planned, ongoing, and completed. By displaying all bookings in a calendar view, you can quickly see if there's any overlaps or potential conflicts. This allows for proactive adjustment to ensure smooth operations. With Shelf, creating bookings for your assets is efficient and hassle-free. The intuitive booking process ensures that you can quickly secure the resources you need, making it easier to plan and manage your projects. Experience the convenience of Shelf's booking system and streamline your asset management processes today. Now, let's explore the capabilities of Shelf workspaces and dive into the process of importing assets, managing team members, and understanding user roles. Shelf offers three types of workspaces. The first is the personal workspace, which every Shelf account comes with. It's your private space to manage your assets independently. The Plus workspace is an upgraded version of your personal workspace, unlocked by acquiring a Plus subscription. It offers enhanced features such as unlimited custom fields, asset import, and export capabilities. Now, if you're looking for a collaborative environment, the Team Workspace is ideal. With a team subscription, you can invite users to join to your workspace as team members. This enables seamless collaboration and efficient asset management across your organization. Let's begin by navigating to our account details. From here, we can manage our subscriptions. To unlock team collaboration features for demo purposes, we'll activate a team trial subscription. Activating a team subscription is simple and does not require a credit card. With just a few clicks, we can enable collaborative features and start building our team workspace. Now that our team subscription is active, we can create a dedicated team workspace. This workspace will serve as a centralized hub for all our team's asset management activities. Give your team workspace a name. You can also upload a logo to add some extra recognizability. With our team workspace set up, the next step is to populate our asset inventory. Shelf offers multiple efficient methods for this process, including adding assets individually, scanning unclaimed codes, or utilizing the import feature. Shelf makes this process efficient by allowing us to import assets via a CSV file. On the asset index, choose Import. Here, you'll find the option to download a CSV template, which serves as a guide for formatting your asset data. Carefully review the provided instructions to ensure a seamless import process, or if you get stuck, contact support. For this demonstration, I've already prepared a CSV file with sample asset data. I'll upload this file to showcase how effortless and straightforward the import process is with Shelf. And there you go. All of our assets have been imported into a freshly made team workspace. Now, let's move on to team management. In the settings area, you can control team member access whenever you're in a team workspace. Let's dive into the heart of Shelf's asset management capabilities. In Shelf, team members can either have their own user accounts or be added as non-registered team members. This flexibility allows you to include individuals who may not require full access to the system, but still play a crucial role in your asset management processes. When inviting users to join your team workspace, you have the power to assign specific roles, tailoring their permissions to match their responsibilities. Currently, Shelf offers two distinct roles with pre-configured permissions: an administrator and a self-service user. Administrators hold the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. They have full control over managing assets, including creating, updating, and archiving equipment, as well as modifying categories, tags, and location. They can oversee the transfer of assets in custody and manage bookings, including those created by other users. Additionally, administrators are responsible for inviting new team members and adjusting their roles. They have unrestricted access to the account setting, ensuring they can configure Shelf to meet their team's unique needs. On the other hand, self-service users have limited permissions. While they can view equipment listings, they cannot create, update, or archive equipment themselves. Self-service users can book assets for their own use, but rely on administrators to handle the checkout and check-in process. Their access to settings is also limited, allowing them to view and modify only their own account details. One of the key advantages of Shelf is the ability to assign custody of assets to team members, including non-registered members. This feature ensures a clear overview of who is responsible for specific assets. Additionally, non-registered team members can also be used as custodians in bookings. With Shelf, you can effectively manage your team's access to assets, streamlining collaboration and ensuring a seamless asset management experience.
Good job. You made it to the end of the video. Look, we've covered a lot, and I find it very important to do these product walkthrough videos each quarter for you to be able to know how we're looking into product building and where we're trying to go with Shelf. Asset management is a long-term game that you play with long-term people. So thank you for caring about how you manage your assets and your information. We will continue working on providing tools and solutions for the space, for the intersection of coordinating people to equipment to assets and to create, let's call it, up-to-date databases and asset pages that can reveal a lot of valuable information about your operations. We want to create a product that is composable, that is very unopinionated for you to be able to define your own workflows. And we're very happy to have you considering being part of our network. Have a great day and thanks for your time. Bye-bye.